Well, bore da pawb. Well, I thought it's about time we did some sentences. We've been doing lots of maths, haven't we? And we've done lots of stories and we've done crafting, but I was thinking we haven't done many sentences. So we're going to do some work on what a good sentence is today. And I know that my year one teachers, my year one children are very good at writing sentences, but perhaps it might be something we need a little practice of now we're not in school. So I've had to give myself a reminder because I sometimes forget. So a good sentence has a capital letter at the start. That's really, really important. It also needs to have finger spaces because otherwise it's going to be very, very difficult to read, isn't it? Usually when we write things down it's because we want someone else to read it. We want somebody else to have a look at it and learn from it. Or it could be I'm writing a letter and I want that person who opens the letter to be able to read it, don't I? Punctuation. And now there's lots of different forms of punctuation. But for example, for today, it needs to have a full stop. We need to know when our sentence finishes, don't we? And remember now, a sentence is a group of words that together make sense. And you can find out something. It tells you something. So it's a group of words that together make sense. And I'm going to use today's story to start writing some sentences. Now, the story today was about Winnie the Witch. Her whole house is black. Everything in her house is black. But so is her cat, which makes her have lots and lots of problems. She has lots of accidents because she doesn't see him and she falls over. So I'm going to use this cover to write some sentences, and I want you to realise that you can write sentences about anything at all. You can write about anything you like, anything you enjoy. It might be about Minecraft. You might want to tell me how to do something in Minecraft. It might be about your favourite pop band. It might be about dinosaurs. It could be about space. It could be about anything you want to write about. So I'm going to start my sentence and I'm going to use my checklist. What do I need? Capital letter at the start. Now I've got some of my pens out. And every time I do a capital, I'm going to use my green pen because that means my sentence can start. It's going to be like the traffic lights. Now Winnie is a name. And names are really important pieces of information. So they always have a capital as well. Oh, so she's got a croaky voice. So I'm going to say ooh for Winnie. And I'm going to say Winnie is a witch. That's my first bit of information. Winnie. What do I need next? I need a finger space. Now, for us lefties, children who are left-handed can struggle with this. So I often use, in school, we use either a pencil or we use a little lollipop stick that we've drawn like a finger on. Or you can make a little finger pointer. So I'm going to remind myself I need a space and I'm going to write the word is. Is. Oh, how do you write that one? Now it sounds like it should have a z, but it's actually is. Winnie is. Now A is actually the sound A, isn't it? Written on his own. Winnie is a witch. There we go. Winnie is a witch. Now, that is my full sentence. So what do I need at the end of my sentence? A full stop. I'm going to do my full stops in red because, like at the traffic lights, that shows that you've come to a stop. Winnie is a witch. Then I want to say that Winnie has a cat. But I don't want to use Winnie again because I've used Winnie up here. So what could I say instead? She. I'm going to say she has a cat. She has a cat, and I'm going to make that sentence longer and more interested. She has a cat called Wilbur. Now then, what do I need first? After this full stop, that shows that there's going to be a brand new sentence. So I need my capital letter again, don't I? And what do sounds say? Shh. Now this is a capital, but the h isn't going to be. She has. Now we always do this one as if we're struggling to breathe after a race, isn't it? She has. She has. What do I need again? Finger space. She has a. How do you spell cat? Let's build it up. Cat. 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 3 sounds in cat. She has a cat called... And what's his name? Wilbur. Oh, what did we just say about names? What do names need? They need a capital letter, don't they? So I'm going to bring in my green. And we are now going to use a connective. To make our sentences more exciting, we're going to use a connective. She has a cat called Wilbur and he is black. How do you spell and? And. And. He, that's it. He, now we had is up here, is black. Black. Now we could make that sentence even longer. We could say with green eyes. He is black with green eyes. With green. Now green has got the long E sound that's made by E and E. You can have it made by these 2 letters together, can't we? We've been looking at these letters in school. With green eyes. Now, that's a long sentence. She has a cat called Wilbur and he is black with green eyes. So what do I need at the end of that? A full stop. What colour? Palu. Coch. Winnie is a witch. She has a cat called Wilbur and he is black with green eyes. Now, what else could I say about Winnie? Winnie has, what has she got? A tall hat. She's got stripy tights. Now then, words like tall and stripy are adjectives. They are describing something. So I'm going to try and use an adjective to make my writing more exciting to read. So Winnie is a witch, full stop. She has a cat called Wilbur and he is black with green eyes. Okay, now then, I'm going to write about Winnie again. So what do we need? It's a brand new sentence, but it's also her name. We need a capital. Winnie wears, because I'm going to talk about what she's wearing at the moment. Winnie wears very funny clothes. Winnie wears very funny clothes. And I want a connective again. And a, what do we say this hat was? Tall. Tall. Now tall rhymes with coal. And a tall Palu blue hat. So Winnie wears very funny clothes and a tall blue hat. What can we say about it? Which is bent on the end. Can you see that? Mr. Richard, oh, do I need light? No. Oh, the sun is having a funny old day out there. Witch. Now this is a different kind of witch. This isn't Winnie the Witch. This is describing the hat now. Witch is bent at the top. What do I need at the end of my sentence? I need another full stop. Okay, right then. So they are my sentences. How many sentences have I written? I've got 1, 2, 3. Wow! And look, they're all different lengths, aren't they? Winnie is a witch. That's just got 1, 2, 3 pedal word in. Just 4 words. Winnie is a witch. But it tells us that this person's name here is Winnie and she's a witch. So that gives us an important piece of information. She has a cat called Wilbur and he is black with green eyes. Wow. What has that told us? That she has a cat called Wilbur, that's the one piece of information, and that he's black with green eyes. Now, if I didn't have this part of my sentence, if I didn't have this sentence, that Winnie's a witch, and I said to you, oh, she has a cat called Wilbur, and he is black with green eyes, you'll be thinking, who is Mrs. Richards talking about? So, this sentence here is an important sentence, isn't it? Because this is telling us who we're going to be talking about. So Winnie is a witch. She has a cat called Wilbur, and he is black with green eyes. Then we go on to give us some more information about Winnie, don't we? Winnie wears very funny clothes and a tall blue hat, which is bent at the top. Now then, if you saw this person walking down the street and you'd read this sentence, you might think, I know who that is. That's Winnie the Witch. She's got a cat called Wilbur, and she wears really funny clothes. What else could we say about her? What could we say about Winnie? What do you think? Winnie loves Wilbur very much. You could say that, couldn't we, after reading the stories? We could say that Winnie does lots of magic tricks. Winnie has a magic wand and a spell book. So what I want you to do today is choose one of your favourite stories and just write a couple of sentences about it. If you don't want to choose a story, you could write about your favourite toy. You could write about something you've done with Mummy and Daddy. You could write about what you like doing in school. You could write about anything at all. But I would love to see on Seesaw some lovely sentences, some super sentences off you. And remember now, what have our super sentences got? They need a capital letter at the start. They need to have finger spaces. If I had written that without any finger spaces, you wouldn't have known what I was talking about. Let me show you. There we go. I'm going to do it on this piece of paper now. Oh, look at that. All the pens come through. I'm going to write it without a finger space. Oh my goodness, can you read any of this? You'd be going, Winnie's a witch, here's a cat going. You wouldn't be able to read that, would you? So we need to have those finger spaces, because Mrs. Richards often, when I read your work without finger spaces and without capital letters, I really struggle, don't I? Because it's really difficult to read other people's writing otherwise. So that's your job for today. I would love to see some super sentences off you. Keep working hard, keep being fantastic, and I'll see you soon. Hwyl fawr.